Pro Group Racing presents Show Us Your Tips, looking at a midweek preview, middle day of the Caulfield Cup Carnival, as well as an interesting day at Warwick Farm. Beaver, how are you, buddy?
Very well, thanks, Dagster. How are you, mate?
Yeah, well. Productive weekend?
Productive weekend, all right. Pretty happy with the outcomes. I think we kind of said we thought we were in for a pretty good day, and I don't think we disappointed. Pretty close to a huge day for me. A couple of unlucky runners, I thought, in Diamond Efforts. I thought that had a really torrid run and almost should have won that race. It was 3 wide most of the way, and Arcana was held up at a vital stage and couldn't get clear down the straight, and another $5 shot that hurt the old Skyrocket a little bit. But yeah, overall, I think we got a lot of the winners that we thought were looking to be hard to beat, and horses like What's That, Wild Ruler, and a few of those early in the day. And then we finished off with a few good ones in Ole Kirk,
Montefilia.
Yeah, Montefilia, Peltzer we got as well.
Emeralds were
so yeah.
Emeralds. So it was productive.
Yes. Productive day. I guess the only shock of the day was the Russian Camelot, which was probably at unbackable odds anyway. So
yeah, I ended up just watching the race, so it didn't upset me. And I ended up putting Arcadia in the quaddy too, so no damage done there. And Order of the Garter, I suppose.
What do you think of the run
of Camelot?
Yes,
I thought it ran to its. Yes. I just thought Arcadia Queen probably ran to its best. Had hoof filler off, and I know people were touting it as good at times in WA, running it as good at times as Winx. I think it probably just got back to its best, more than Camelot being a superstar. I think it's just a good horse. People probably got carried away because it's a bit of a weak. I think it's probably a weak spring, really, without any internationals. Because it probably showed.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed in the run. I thought it still deserved to finish off better. I don't know whether it was a runner, the horse that was looking a little bit more dour and just lost its zip.
I didn't have problems.
I just don't really know what. No, me either. I just didn't think at the top of the straight when it got cleared and looked like it was going to kick away. I just don't think it let down like it had in the first 2 starts to just bang. And it probably flattered Arcadia Queen a little bit because it just didn't let down like it had the last couple of starts.
Yeah. Is it a brilliant miler? Was it either looking for further or stretched out too far?
Well, I think, maybe it is a bit more of a brilliant miler. I don't know. Looking at its form last prep, you probably wouldn't say that, but maybe it's just looking for even further again. So that was a little bit of an interesting.
And I guess
Order of the Garter.
Garter was no good, and in good health just had every possible chance. And I went the early corral at 200. I thought it was win by 3 and just stopped.
Yeah.
So
probably coming to the end of its prep, to be honest.
I'm thinking we've probably juiced what we could out of both those horses, and I'd probably throw all of that race in the bin going forward.
Yeah, me too.
I think Sydney form coming down is going to beat it, and I think any international is going to beat it. So big show on Thursday night because we'll have Everest and Caulfield Cup. So that's
brilliant, very exciting.
But that's a lot to talk about then. But I'm thinking that the Very Elegant sort of form lines are better for that, and I'm probably looking towards when there's a horse in the field that's beaten Stradivarius. I'm thinking you've probably got to be seriously looking at it beating us up.
Yeah, that's it.
So the Avarice barrier draws out. Not too many. I mean, not too many big news. I think the draw suited everyone, really. A lot of the go-back horses drew wider, and the only one I don't really like being drawn in is Behemoth. But we'll talk about it on Thursday as well. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Brilliant. No, I haven't.
But we'll save that for, I'm guessing it's going to be a bit of a marathon show on Thursday night, as I just make sure we're all recording here. Very good. So we'll kick off with Warwick Farm before we get down to the juicier Caulfield card.
Let's do that.
In the 4 metre mark, I believe. Good 4. Rail in the true, which last time it was there in a good 4, played largely true. Largely fair, I should say. Mr. Mosaic and Willow Heart were both able to lead that day, and a few swoopers that day as well. So I'm treating it as fair until we see anything otherwise.
Perfect.
I'm going to kick off in the first.
Yeah, you do that.
I really liked the debut of EASIFAR. Trialled very well. I mentioned his trials last time it ran. Ran up to the trials in nearly knocking off her Private Cheetah, who's, I think, a decent horse. And I think, barring any big surprises from the two unraced horses, this should win the first and get us off to a winning start.
Nice work.
Where are you going to start in your day in Sydney?
Yeah, mate, I'm going to pop up in the second and have a tip in the second. I've liked the 3 runs of Iraqi, is it?
Yes.
From the Hawk stable. I think last start was pretty good. It was a pretty handy effort. I think it's probably now looking for this distance around the $4 mark. I think it represents pretty good value in what looks to be an open race. I don't generally like tipping in these races because they can go around 4 times and get 4 different winners. But I think this horse gets its chance tomorrow and should give us a sight.
Yeah, had the started shortest price in the lead up of the runners in this race as well, which is a tick for it. I had that on top. The only one I'll mention is Etheridge has now had a 2,400 metre run. But I'm happy to. I just wanted to mention that because the rest of this race, I spent probably 45 minutes longer than I should have on this race to not find anything worth talking about. So I'll keep going. Race 3, the 1,100 metre race. Any interest?
Yeah, I do. I like Let It Pour. I tipped it last start. I wasn't upset with the run. I thought it was a pretty honest effort. I think now it gets in a race that is suitable. It's drawn very well. Third up should be ready to win another race here. And I think, again, at the $4 plus mark, I think it presents decent value in another open affair. Hard to beat.
I agree. If you actually watch the replay last start, it actually jumped 2 lengths in front, got snagged, sat there as the leaders, which I guess were mapped to run in front of it, passed, then got stuck wide as a result and still held on behind Jovial and Vinciano, who have both since won. Vinciano's run twice.
Yep.
And I believe, and obviously Night Witch has got smashed out of that race. Didn't have a lot of luck last week, and another horse has come out and run 2. One out of the race 2. I think Let It Pour is a really good bet at the price. It's a decent price still.
Yeah. And they've freshened it up a little bit, give it a little bit 4-week break, I think it is. So.
Yeah. And it was funny, though. I did notice when I was doing the form, I thought, isn't Military Magic and Ballistic the same horse? And I went through the form, both of them beaten 1.3 by EMANATE last start as well. So I thought that was funny when they're both just exactly the same horse, in my opinion, and nothing else here. Switched on Dawn, and yeah, $4.60 Let It Pour is a great price.
Yeah, it's nice.
The boys' equivalent is the 5th. No, sorry, it's not. It's 600 metre, 3-year-old race here. Nice horse with a nice resuming Kirwans Lane, a nice resumption, I should say.
Yeah.
I think I know it's got to go back to last, probably from gate 10. But now gets J-Mac, and this is a pretty ordinary race.
Yeah. Best bet of the day, I think.
Cool. Yeah, not far away from you there. So anything to add?
No. I think Kirwans Lane is a pretty good bet, and I'd be surprised if it starts as good as $2.70.
Yeah, and not a heap of tempo either, which probably really suits it because it's got the best sprint. It doesn't have to do much to come over these.
Yeah, 100%.
Just needs a bit of fresh air, which J-Mac would do for us. Benchmark 72, race 5 over the 1,300 metres. You're going to go with Special Snap again, or you had enough?
Look, I've stayed out of the race purely because I just couldn't really get overly excited in Special Snap. I do think, coming from Melbourne to Sydney is obviously maybe looking for a little bit firmer tracks. Looks to be well placed here. But yeah, I'd probably watch this one go around, to be honest.
I just want to I wanted to get it beat. The problem is there's not much here to beat it. So I'm going to spec AVADANE, actually, the top weight. I thought its run was quite brave last start at the Kenzo track, holding on just behind South Sonic, and probably doesn't have to lead here. I think Special Snap leads, and it's a Special Snap's a bit of a non-winner. I notice it's already drifted from about $5 to $4 to nearly $3 here, and at about 15.
You don't think Dorothy of Oz will take it on?
I think it'll let it go past. I think Dorothy will lead. Probably Special Snap box seats, and AVADANE can choose, depending on the pace, can either sit right on its back or might even sit outside lead. I think Oz clearly leads, and just look at the map, it has AVADANE third the fence, which I'm quite happy with that.
Cool.
Yeah, Special Snap out Dorothy of Oz leading, Special Snap outside it. So I thought that was a big price there for that one. Anything else at Sydney?
Yeah, nice pick. I did have 6. You can leave me out of that. That's the hottest race ever. And I thought in the last.
I'm just going to mention Shadow Crush. I think it's racing quite well in a race of non-winners. Chaystone Black Magnum last start, and the Bopper, who had a sprint going into that race and just missed the start and still ran on quite well. Before that, beat Lord Olympus, who came to Kensington on the public holiday and won. And before that, teamed with Deep Field, who's run okay in town as well. So around the $6 in a very, very ordinary race. I think Shadow Crush is my best value of the day there. Andy, I'll let you finish off now in the 7th.
Yeah, I'll probably have a play on EMANATE. Winning form is good form. Been very consistent the last 3 runs. Drawn to get a really good run in this race, if not lead, push up, and can control the pace here. Rachel King may well be able to just get this one home in the last.
I'm with you. Why isn't it favourite?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I couldn't quite work that out.
Testify was okay first up, but end of the day, it was only a Tricky Girl, I suppose, did run quite well on Saturday. But I thought EMANATE's flying. Both its wins have been pretty dominant. Rachel King knows the horse. It gets control. Not much pace here unless Nash wants to do something silly. Might even have Goldfinch riding shotgun to protect it there. So I thought, unless J-Mac goes through and leads it, I thought EMANATE probably just wins this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's
you're getting almost $5 there.
I think if it's already $4.80, you're probably getting $5 tomorrow, unless some big players step in and agree with this. That's a quick whip through an average Warwick Farm, let's be honest. Any thoughts?
Pretty average.
Yeah. I'll give my quaddie then. I'm in charge of the Sydney quaddie for this and what will be Everest Day. So I'm going to go first leg at 5, 6, 7. Second leg 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Third leg 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. Home with 2, 4, 6, and 8. $50 gets you about 16.66%. What's your best and valued out in Sydney?
Yeah, my best of the day is race 4, number 6, Kirwans Lane. Really like that. And I made my value in a race that was in a day that was hard to find a lot of value. EMANATE in the last race 7, number 4.
I'm with the race 1 Ensifaar. I think it'll get the job done here. And Shadow Crush around $6 will be my value, but I definitely like Kirwans Lane and EMANATE as well. So in agreement there. Hopefully continue our good form there.
Good work.
All right, let's head south. The middle day of the Caulfield Cup Carnival. Rails moved out to the 10-metre mark. They've put some water on a track today, which is currently good, which suggests they're pretty confident no rain's coming at least tomorrow. Slight leader's concern with 10-metre rail?
Yeah, a little bit of a worry, isn't it?
Yeah, but late in the day, when Caulfield chops out with the wide gates, it gets real wide. But until we see otherwise, other than leaders, I've worked on that. How have you approached the day here? Keen on any? Or? Should we just run through?
Yeah, there's a few things I am keen on, and it's not a bad day's racing, to be honest. I kind of left the first alone. I don't know if you sort of found anything in the first.
The two I sort of will mention, I like JAFFASTOCK's debut. It's always a yard that I'm looking for. The Buston Young yard. Last 100 metres through line were quite strong, around $8, $9 mark there. And I thought Tanker, now it's broken through leading at Moonee Valley, might get similar conditions where it can lead this field in a slowly run race and do exactly what it did, run away at the bend. I know it's listed as 62, which might balk some people, but it's only 6 kilos over the limit and has run in some pretty good stuff. And you left the second as well, you said, or you?
No, I got something in the second. I really like the favourite here, Galayel. I think it's just flying at the moment, and I thought its last start was very good, made a good sustained run, and was still hitting the line hard. 2,000 metres, right up its alley, drawn to, again, probably get a really nice run just off the pace and pull out at the top of the straight. And I think, I just think it's way too good for these.
Agree. Yep, spot on. I like the fact now it has a bit of tactical speed too, so it pretty much is able to sit up wherever it wants. It'll just sit where it's comfortable.
Real horse that's really improved.
Yeah, definitely. So I am just gonna agree, and we'll get to the next one. I think. Well, at the end of the day, it's my best of the day, Galayel. So
yeah, me too.
Not much more I can add there. The third race, a bit more interesting. Benchmark 78 of the 2,000 meters. Anything?
Look, I thought this was a pretty tricky race. It was really, really hard to find anything. I probably, if I was forced to have a pick, I thought Irish Flames going okay. Without winning, has been around the mark, but I think a few of those horses in this race are in that category. So probably tomorrow is the chance for it to break through. If it's ever going to win a race, this could be the race it's going to win at $6.50. I think that presents some reasonable value in a pretty open affair.
It's a good find, actually. I was going to leave this alone, but just looking through its form, as good a form as any here. All but beaten by, I think, a very good horse last start at Caulfield too, which I'm sure we'll get to shortly.
Yeah, it was just stepping up in the distance. Yeah, it kind of led, and the pace really suited the horse that ran second. And none of those horses will be finished off as hard as that horse. And then the start before that ran just over a length behind the chosen one. So it's got some reasonable form for a race like this.
And he's not getting many rides, but Michael Walker's flying as well. He's riding really well. The chance.
Yeah, he's going good.
He
rode a handy race on Sierra 2 the other week.
Exactly. And again, he picked up an Odium, another Group 1 on the weekend. So I didn't realize he's already ridden, I think, 24 Group 1 winners, Michael Walker, which, like I said, he's not always the most fashionable jockey, but he's going well. The Blue Sapphire Stakes, $400,000 race, which managed to draw 3 contenders. I guess for out
What's
of
the go?
Yeah, I don't know. I told Vince he should have put Britain in. It's 18,000 for 4th.
Yeah,
I think it's an interesting match race, but I think ultimately disappointing. I believe a lot of the noms ran on Saturday, Swatsat and those sort of horses, but you'd think there'd be something around that would want to scoop up some free prize money. I guess the average hasn't run.
I'm surprised it's as good odds as $1.45 in this race.
Well, this is just
I would have thought it'd be $1.20.
It's going to go as fast as it wants. This will be a barrier trial. It won't have to do anything to the 600, and you'll just give it 2 little click ups, and then it'll be off and gone.
Yeah, it's just I just can't believe $1.45. Not that I'll be having a bet, but $1.45.
It's only he can stuff this up. Either go ridiculous pace or just walk and let the other 2 come over. But if he just goes,
unless Hansiatic can sit right in his hammer, and just go past him. But I don't know where Hansiatic's at the moment.
I've got a feeling.
I thought his first up run was pretty good and held wide, but last start, there wasn't a lot to get excited about, and Anders is just flying. It's just found another leg.
Yeah, I would back Anders in an Everest, put it that way.
I'm just going to say Anders could have easily been in the Everest.
Yep,
and wouldn't have been out of place.
And I would, like I said, I would probably have backed it.
Yeah,
I've seen the field. I think they're probably just getting single file, and they'll go around and have a barrow trial and cash their checks and go into 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
Granting you'll get a group placing, group 3 placing, and bank it's 400,000, and not 400, 40. But anyway, we've probably spent much too long talking about that.
Yep.
First leg of the quaddie, the benchmark 84 over the 2400s. 2400. I'm going to go with the favourite here, Saracen Knight. Really liked what it did 2 weeks back at Caulfield. I know it had pace to suit, but really explosive turn of foot. Probably gets a bit of a softer draw here, and this is all these are tied together through the average Melbourne form we've talked about, and I think this will it's fresh horse on the scene and probably wins this and probably goes towards the 2800 metre race on Melbourne Cup Day, the Long Black or whatever it is now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and probably be very suited in a race like that. But it'll need to be winning this.
Yep. Did you like anything else away from there? Or?
No, I didn't. I tried to find something away from it, but as long as there's a little bit of pace on, its first up run was very good. It powered to the line, and I expect it to do the same tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I've spread good idea a couple of times, but I'm sick of that and done with that. And yeah, there's just nothing else here, really, unless Waller's got something up his sleeve on his too. The Village Stakes, a listed race over the 1200 metres, is race 6. A couple of your favourites here. Who are you gonna be backing? One of them?
Yeah, I'm going to back William Thomas. It's been saved for this. It's suited with the gate 9. It'll get back, and hopefully by this time of the day they're coming right down the middle of the track, wide, and it should have the ability to finish over the top of these. It's got a great Caulfield record. Had a bit of a 3.5 weeks since its first up run, which was pretty impressive. There was a lot to like by that. Look, it'll swoop off and bang, hit him down the middle of the straight, and hopefully this gets home.
I'll go against you with the favourite, CORUSCATE. I liked its first up run. I liked the money they put on it, and probably a concern over the ultimate format of that race because I think I bagged all of them beforehand. But I think Oliver probably sits on our Passam's back here and doesn't have to do a great deal. The one at $15 that I'll forgive is Chicago Cub. It sat wide, 3 and 4 wide the whole time at Moonee Valley when there's a lot of money for it actually, and I think can run better than that. By this stage of the day, they will know which way the track's going, and if it is swoopers, William Thomas, everything he said's right, and probably starts favourite. I think if not closer, I think probably starts favourite if it's sweepers. Cool. Second last of the day, the Ladies' Day Vase, clash of some useful mares. I am going to spruik for the one I was with last time, which was a freakish win, CHAILOT. Superb win down the middle of the track from dead last, about the 150. Very impressive. I'd want to see that it's possible to be doing that on the day. But I'll be playing that each way along with PARADEE, whose return I did like it. And again, you're getting about $7. I'd back them both each way. And PARADEE finished in that blanket finish with So You Swing and 1,000 Wishes first up. Better for the run. For out and distance suits better. And probably wins this on the way to something like the 2,000 metre racing cup week, Thoroughbred Club, or whatever they might call it these days as well. Hey, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I like CHAILOT. Think it's going to be pretty hard to beat. Thought, as you said, first up run was very good. Had 3 starts, 3 wins. Looks to be a good horse, and Yeah, certainly the only concern for me was the draw in gate 3. As long as they can get it out again. And yeah, this is the way it finished last start. If it can produce anything near that, it'd be winning this.
Yeah.
$5 is a good bet.
Yep. We'll know how the track's playing. The third horse there would be Fabric, who's flying, I think, this prep as well. But
yeah, it's going well.
Better than these. And do you want to wrap the day up for race 8?
Yeah, I going for the first up SIKORSKY here at around about the $8 mark. Form last preparation was pretty good. It's been off the scene for a fair amount of time, but has ability. Tabernic Hayes stable has a way of getting these horses up first up. I think Pikey aboard, hopefully at about the $8 mark. This horse can put in a good race, and at each way value, nice way to finish today.
Yeah, nice. I didn't really like the race only because I sort of want to see SIKORSKY first. The one at double figures that I may have, if I'm in front, will be backing is La TIGRESA. I think the Fabric run and the Music Bay runs are good enough to win this most times, and gets Michael Rod in a field where I don't really want to be involved with too much else. Legionnaire's had its chances, so I think you're looking first up, or you're looking out something quite outside the market, which I've sort of done. So hard to argue again. How have you approached our quaddie down in Melbourne?
Yeah, mate. Tough affair. But what I have come up with is in the first leg, I've just stood out 7 and 8, gone skinny first, and then I'll go a little bit wider in some of the other legs. In the second leg, I've gone 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9. Yep. In the third leg, I've gone 2, 4, 9, and 11. Mm-hmm. And in the last leg, I've gone 5, 6, 10, 8, and 14.
Excellent. Cool. I think you've probably got most bases covered there. I probably should have written down, given a percentage, but it'll be up on the graphic.
Yeah, it's about 25%.
Should be, yeah.
Right. 200 combinations.
Am I allowed to make my best Anders? I can't be that bad, can
I? Mate,
yeah. I'll make my best our Galayel, $2.60 in the second. Best value.
Yeah, I've done the same.
And I'm going to make CHAILOT my best value.
Yeah, good man. I'm going to go Galayel my best as well in race 2. Get us off to an early start. And my value bet of the day comes up in the last, SIKORSKY.
Oh, good. Head to head. I'm pretty keen as well, those stays we talked about. I think both the other one, Saracen Knight, will be winning as well. So I think good betting day.
Yep. Yes, mate, it is.
So have you had a look interstate anywhere else? I haven't had a chance to.
Mate, I have had a squeeze up at Ipswich. I've only got one for us at Ipswich tomorrow. And that comes up in race 7, number 8, Malika Blues.
Beautiful.
Should be winning.
Excellent. Anything else you want to finish on, Beaver?
Nothing, mates. Just looking forward to a little bit of dabble tomorrow and then a big day on Saturday.
Yeah, I think I'll be keeping a little bit of powder dry, but hopefully enough to have a bank for Saturday. Got to plug Pro Group Racing. They look after us. Plenty of stuff heading into the big Melbourne Cup Carnival. They're going to be doing down the road some exciting form features coming. So check them out, progroupracing.com.au. Subscribe to us on Facebook and YouTube, as well as if you haven't already, if you need to listen to us in a car or cleaning a house, you can grab us on Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, everywhere podcasts are found as well. So jump on board there, leave a review, give us some feedback. Hopefully some exciting stuff through social media we're going to work on in the coming weeks as well. But other than that, good luck tomorrow, mate. And exciting, get some rest because we've got a big day Friday to run through 2 big cards.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it, mate.
All right. Take care. Catch you, mate.
Cheers.